Hey boys and girls, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. Today we're taking a look at Game of Thrones pop number 72, Jon Snow on the Iron Throne. I was pretty excited to see this wave at Toy Fair this year in the Funko booth. I think some of these people have a shot at sitting on the throne, and I think some of these people have a zero shot. But I do think it's cool that they gave you options to get your favorite character on the throne, and also to avoid giving away who's gonna win at the end. But I can't believe we don't have like Robert or Joffrey or any of the older characters on these thrones. I know they would have been from earlier seasons, but I just think that they would have been kind of cool. The back of Jon's package shows off Tyrion Lannister, Cersei Lannister, the Night King, and Daenerys Targaryen, all on the Iron Throne. Here we have Jon Snow and the Iron Throne out of the package. I'm going to put out a general spoiler warning right here because I want to talk about thrones while I talk about the pop. Funko had previously released the Iron Throne as a Comic-Con exclusive for New York, like a limited edition. It's not super rare, you can get it pretty inexpensively online, but they hadn't released it with anybody sitting on it, so you could pose a character in front of it, but you couldn't put anybody in it. Now they're making all these different thrones with seated pop vinyl figures to sit on them, and I think that's pretty cool. I'm not exactly sure how different this throne is from the original one, because I don't have the original. I'm not sure if it's an all-new mold, or if it's the same, or just has like a different paint app or something like that. But I am glad that they finally released it, because I think it's pretty cool. And, you know, if I picked the wrong one to buy, I'll just stand somebody else next to it, I guess. We'll start by taking a closer look at the throne itself. You can see that it's very low to the ground, because, you know, it has to fit a pop vinyl, and their bodies are so tiny. So the backrest is enormous, and the seat is very small. But it is made up of thousands of swords, or 250 swords, whatever they counted it to really be. The legend of the Iron Throne is a little bit blown out of proportions. But it's definitely a cool chair. Probably one of the most iconic chairs ever made for a TV or movie show. You know, this has got to be up there with like Captain Kirk's chair in the Enterprise and things like that for very famous chairs. I love all the little hilts and handles and things sticking out. It's really well done the way they sculpted this, and I like the paintwork on it also. The bottom is a little hollow. That works out pretty well. It does have a copyright of 2019 on the bottom, but of course they could have changed that. It might even be a separate plate in there for this mold. I'm not sure. Like I said, I just don't know whether this is the same or different. In the comments down below, let me know if this is the same throne, if you know if you have the original throne or not. Now we're going to bring in Jon. So Jon is in a seated position. He obviously can't stand on his own, so you don't have a separate pop. You know, you could otherwise get a regular Jon and stand him next to it, or stand him in front of it, or stand him on top of it. But this is just a seated Jon Snow. He's got his winter cloak on here, you know, as part of the Night's Watch or the Warden of the North. He does have Longclaw here, his sword, with the wolf head on the pommel, which, you know, there's a good chance if he ends up on the throne, it's because of that sword. I do like the sculpting and the paintwork on his face with the scratches, which are important to the storyline. You know, he's been slowly getting more and more beat up. When he doesn't have his shirt on, he's got a lot of scars underneath there, too. I do have one little paint flub here with the paint mask on his hair. It's not terrible, but it's always a shame a little bit when that happens. I think the paintwork on his body is very minimal and very simplistic, but it looks nice, and the sculpting is all very good. You know, you can see there he's got a little flat spot for sitting down on the throne. And, of course, Jon features that one point of pop articulation. It is a little hindered. Oh, no! I just scratched his beard! Ah! Ah! Don't play with your toys, kids. Leave them in the package. Just kidding. I might be able to get that off. I'll use like a magic eraser or something. I'll try it out. But I scuffed the white paint from Longclaw's head onto his beard. Let's never speak of this again. Jon looks great on his throne. Just for comparison, I'm going to bring in Daenerys on the Dragonstone throne. If you haven't seen the review for this, she is non-removable, whereas he is removable, so that's kind of an interesting thing to note. I actually kind of wanted to be able to switch them around just because I thought that'd be funny, but you can't. I know these other people aren't seated, but just for fun, what if the Three-Eyed Raven became the king? How about Gendry with his Baratheon blood? Yara somehow surprises everybody and takes the throne? My boy Sam swoops in as the leader of House Tarly and takes the throne for himself. Way to go, Sam. So if you didn't already comment down below, in the comments down below, let me know which one of these pops you would pick up. Who do you think's going to be on the throne out of the choices they gave us? Cersei, Jon, Tyrion, Dany, or the Night King? Thanks for watching this super exciting, outrageous toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other Game of Thrones videos all month long here on SEO Toy Review.